to Big Mike's Real Reviews. This is Big Mike, and today I want to talk about Volume 2 of Season 4 of Stranger Things. I watched this season, and I had mixed feelings about it. If you look at my last video, Volume 1, my initial reaction was I have to get more views in to see how I feel about it stacked up against the other seasons. So after watching the full season of this and really being able to kind of process this a little bit, and also being able to rewatch, and I also rewatched all of the seasons as well, and I finally came to the conclusion that I think season 4 might be my favorite season. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say it. I think season 4 might be my favorite season. So don't worry, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. So I will not be dropping any hints or any, well, maybe some hints, but not really any spoilers or anything like that about what happens with the story. Just basically how I feel about Stranger Things Season 4, Volumes 1 and 2. More so Volume 2 in this particular video, and how it stacks up against the rest of the seasons, and kind of what we can expect to come. So basically, the first episode of Volume 2, which is actually the 8th episode of the season, is entitled Papa. And we kind of get more backstory into, Papa and Eleven's relationship, how she, is training now to get her powers back after the events of Season 3. And we just learned a lot more, about that whole relationship and what's going on there. I believe everything like the acting and things like that, it was so good. Even the writing, everything like that. I just really, really enjoyed what they were setting up here, especially leading into episode 9, the season finale of this season 4. And I mean, it was a lot to process. Like, episode 8 was an hour and a half. Episode 9, 2.5 hours, just about, just under that. So, we got basically 2 feature-length movies for the last 2 episodes of this volume. And, for me, it didn't disappoint. Of course, I had, a couple of gripes with it. Nothing's perfect, right? Nothing's perfect. But overall, I really enjoyed what they did with the end of this season leading into season 5, which is going to be the last season of the show. They're going to end it with season 5. So the way they leave it off in season 4 it's very ominous. I'll say that. It's a very ominous ending to season 4. It's not the happiest of endings, of course. Especially, that's just good writing in my opinion, because especially if you're doing a show that is, more based around, horror elements, and you already said, hey, we're going to do 5 seasons, we're going to end the story, here. There are going to be a couple of spinoffs, but basically the story of what was started in season 1 is going to end in season 5. So, of course, with the penultimate season, I feel like they did a good job ending it the way they did, with a very ominous tone, because especially when you're dealing with horror elements, you kind of have to leave it that way for the ending. Like, it has to be something you're fighting for. It has to be big. It has to be stakes, things like that. It can't be like, sunshine and rainbows, at the end of the season, which I did really, really like. So I think my final assessment of season 4, I think I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10. I think that's going to be my final assessment of season 4. Even though I need to watch the last 2 episodes, a couple more rewatches or whatever, like I usually do with the other seasons. I've seen each other season of Stranger Things multiple times, more than twice. So I have watched season 4 more than twice as well, or volume 1. So I have to rewatch volume 2 as well. But as of right now, I do think it's my favorite season. And how I would rank from now, the seasons from here, I guess I would have to go with 4 being my number 1, then I think I would go with season 1, just because, you know, it's just like I said in my volume 1 video, it started it all, you know. And then season 3, and then season 2. Even though none of the seasons to me were bad, that's just my rankings of my favorite seasons of Stranger Things. And I'm really, really looking forward to what the Duffer Brothers are writing for the ending of this series, you know, of this series as a whole. So I'm on board. Hopefully it doesn't take 3 years to do so like it did with this season. I'm hoping not, just because this season was, you know, delayed because of COVID. So hopefully they will be able to get season 5 out, written well, very well shot, special effects, everything just as good as season 4, and end this thing with a bang, unlike some other, you know, shows that don't end well. Game of Thrones. So hopefully they can stick the landing. And with that being said, that's going to be the end of the video.
I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, give this video a like. It's much appreciated. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of all my latest content. And once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.